Good morning, everyone. I'm Nikki Stanzione.
I'm Kristen Van Dyke.
And this is New Mexico Style. I am on television overload, Kristen. Like talent television. Yeah, TV talent overload. Because last night, it was the Voice finale. It was Dancing with the Stars getting down to almost the semifinals. And Smash, the second to last. So it was like singing and dancing overload.
Oh. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You are on overload.
Wait, but I have to I'm going to give you an opportunity to make fun of me now. This is a total impression of me home alone from 7 p.m. until 11 p.m. because I have everything on DVR that's on at the same time. So I watched everything straight through. This is me home alone like this. Oh my God. This is all by myself, like
the
a huge loser.
Really?
Huge loser, yeah. I was so excited, and I'm crying, and I'm screaming, I'm cheering, and I was like, oh my God, I'm all by myself doing this. This is
so
embarrassing.
Sad. Call a friend. Call a friend.
I called my grandmother in Florida who was watching it on a different time zone, and we just sat and like screamed together like two
That's
crazy
a little better.
people.
That's good. Okay.
You know, I don't know what to say. It's embarrassing, but I had to share it with you because maybe there's other people out there who sit home alone watching talent television and get excited.
Yeah, sure, there are.
Thank you.
Yes, it's okay. It happens.
Okay, so I had to start on a positive note because I have actually some really sad news to announce. This is actually taking it to a totally different emotional level right now. We're so sad to announce that the fat cat that got national attention for tipping the scales at 39 pounds died yesterday due to respiratory complications.
Miss Meow, who was between 2 and 5 years old, was taken to the shelter last month after his 87-year-old owner couldn't take care of him anymore. The shelter put Meow on a diet and posted his progress on a Facebook page, Twitter as well. It got international attention, millions of people following this kitty, and prompted a nationwide media tour.
So sad. I mean, Kristen and I were just talking about, remember when we said, oh, he lost 2 pounds and we were so happy, and he was on Anderson Cooper and, like you said, trending all over the place. It is so sad to hear, but you know, at the end of the day, it goes to show how important it is to have that nutritional factor, you know, the good nutrition for our pets. And KRQE News 13 anchor Jessica Garate will actually have more details during our headlines today. Let's now check in with KRQE News 13 anchor Elizabeth Alvarez with this morning's headlines. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hey, good morning. Yes, I know the fat cat Meow. I was so sad too to hear about that, and we're definitely going to have a story on that in just a little bit. But first, we have some other news to get to this morning. The Albuquerque Public School District is doing something it's never done before, combining an elementary and middle school. Beginning next year, A. Montoya Elementary and Roosevelt Middle School in Tijeras will become one, offering kindergarten through 8th grade. Now, parents will get their first look at how it's all going to work at an informational meeting tonight. The two schools sit on the same property right now in the East Mountains, and the reason for this, the district says, is to basically align their curriculum and instruction to provide a smoother transition as students move from 5th to 6th grade. Now, the district says teachers will also have the opportunity to work together more and help students who may be struggling. The community meeting, by the way, is set again for tonight at 6:30, and it's at Roosevelt Middle School if you're interested in attending. The Teachers Union for Albuquerque Public Schools is not too happy this morning because of what the school board did last week when it agreed workers who are also legislators should not get their school salary when they're working at the Roundhouse. The union president is upset the board changed the policy without including the union. It did this after our Larry Barker investigation showed APS Administrator Cheryl Williams Stapleton was breaking the rules by collecting her school salary while working in Santa Fe.
Paying for substitutes, we're paying for an APS employee to be away from their job, and plus the state is paying per diem. So, you know, we're asking taxpayers to foot the bill 3 times.
Now, if the union and school board can't agree on a new contract by January, the one they have right now will automatically continue. And we have new information out this morning on the several police shootings in Albuquerque over the past couple of years. We are learning that nearly half of them involve people who had a history of mental illness or drug abuse. And most of the time, officials tell us officers didn't know that was the case. Well, now Albuquerque's police department has a new system in place to tell officers about these types of things. It's called Project Guardian.
We have the ability to flag certain addresses, and we can flag those addresses with a note that says you need to check the Project Guardian information system.
The system identifies individuals who are high risk and have been evaluated by the Albuquerque Police Department.
Now, Albuquerque's police chief also tells us that his officers will no longer take a lead role in arresting people outside the city limits, only help as support. The governor and forest rangers in New Mexico want to make sure you know what is going on if and when there is a wildfire right here in the state. So they now have a new emergency alert system in place that emails you, telling you when and where a fire starts and how many homes might be threatened. Now, you can sign up for these email alerts through our website. Just head over to KRQE.com and go to the news links section. All right, so back to the talk about this obese cat from New Mexico that just captured the hearts of the world. Yes, Meow the fat cat died yesterday. And this morning, listen to this, there is speculation that all of the attention this feline got could have caused an unwarranted stress that some say might have killed him. Here's News 13's Jessica Garate reporting.
I fell in love with that cat.
And so did millions of others across the world. Hundreds of fans today left Facebook messages for Meow, the 39-pound cat from New Mexico. One person writes, "My heart is heavy in reading about Meow's death. What a special cat." Another writes, "I was rooting for him."
We didn't have enough time to get the weight off him before a complication arose.
Veterinarian Jennifer Stakiti had been helping the fat cat drop some pounds. After Meow was dropped off at the Santa Fe Animal Shelter and Humane Society last month, when his elderly owner could no longer take care of him.
Was he making progress?
He was.
Meow had lost 4 pounds, 10% of his body weight. But Stakiti says the cat had been wheezing. Thursday, his lungs collapsed and he died over the weekend.
You've probably heard really overweight people wheeze or have difficulty breathing. Anytime you have to expand the lungs against a large amount of weight, that's extra challenge and extra pressure.
But Meow's final weeks were fun, traveling to New York to be the star of talk shows. Some people lashed out on Facebook, blaming the travel for his death. One saying, "I am angered by the fact that this poor cat was flown, transported, and paraded on the talk show circuit."
He did well with the travel, and when we got back, he still seemed fine. He actually was doing well. He went out into his foster home. He was happy. He was improving.
The massive Meow was only 5 years old.
I was surprised that so many people were so interested in this cat, and surprised at how many people said that they felt a connection to him just from pictures of him. He really, for whatever reason, just drew people in to his story.
Jessica Garate, KRQE News 13.
Well, the shelter says it doesn't know what Meow was eating to gain so much weight, but they say it was likely a combo of a high-calorie diet and no exercise. Well, that does it for your Tuesday morning headlines. Be sure to watch Matt Morrow, Kristen Van Dyke, and me on KRQE News 13 every weekday morning beginning at 4:30 a.m. Ladies, yeah, so there you go. Meow is
Elizabeth.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, and it's like I said, you know, I think at the end of the day we have to consider our pets. Cats or dogs, their nutrition and their exercise is so important. So
yeah,
thanks for that story. Okay. And now listen up, guys. If you have Dish Network, starting this summer, you are not going to be able to watch some of your favorite shows, and that includes Breaking Bad, which is shot, of course, right here in Albuquerque.
Right. That's because Dish is dropping a number of channels, including AMC, the Independent Film Channel, and the Sundance Channel, saying it's just too expensive to renew them, and not enough people are watching.
I'm surprised to hear that because that's a huge show. I mean, you know, we're hearing that this is Breaking Bad's final season as well. We've talked about that a few times because according to AMC, the show is expensive to produce. So hopefully the series will get picked up by another network. We'll just have to ask Breaking Bad star Bryan Cranston tomorrow because guess what? Bryan Cranston, yes, I said it, Bryan Cranston will be live right here on New Mexico Style, not via satellite, live. And he'll be talking about the Bryan Cranston All-Stars. And so for more on that, you'll definitely want to tune in tomorrow. You don't want to miss Emmy Award winner Bryan Cranston on New Mexico Style. I'm so excited.
I'm excited to have him back on too.
Yeah.
He's such a fun guy to talk to and
Isn't
interview.
he?
Yeah,
he was really gracious.
He does a lot of good
last time.
things too, you know.
Yes.
For the community, for Albuquerque, and just everybody.
He does, and he's got a lot of generosity as far as his time. I mean, last time he was here, he spent so much time here. He met everybody, talked to everybody, and of course, like we said, he'll be talking about this special softball game. Maybe we'll play. We played last year.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I hope we can do that again. That'll be fun.
Well, the Parents Television Council is angry over Howard Stern's new gig on America's Got Talent. So they fired off a letter to the show's sponsors demanding that they not spend their advertising dollars with the show.
I'll tell you my opinion on this after. The PTC cites Stern's violent and crude language as reasons to boycott the show, and they say that Stern will corrupt America's children with his provocative ways. They also question his qualifications to judge the contestants.
Right, and you know, a lot of times when the PTC gets involved, people listen because the advocacy group targeted, remember, MTV's Skins and NBC's The Playboy Club, and both of those were later canceled. So if advertisers choose to cut ties with America's Got Talent, you know, of course that would be millions of dollars lost for NBC, but we'll have to see how it goes. Just a letter, I guess, at this point. Right?
Well, here's the thing. Shows like Skins and Playboy Club, they were very provocative content.
Exactly.
The content of America's Got Talent is not going to change. It's still going to be a talent show. He's a judge. He may have a little more of a critical different perspective from his viewpoint, but the guy has 3 daughters. I'm not defending him. I know he has been crude. He has offended people, obviously, over the years, but he's also done a lot of good things, and I just feel like you got to give the guy a chance. I don't think NBC would hire him to do this show if he didn't have certain boundaries that he had to abide by in his contractual obligations. I really think you got to give him a chance before you start condemning the guy. Let's see. He might bring a little flavor and a little humor to the show. I'm willing to check it out and see.
Yeah, absolutely. I am too. So.
Now, here's another shocking scandal in Hollywood, and this one really depresses me because this is one of my favorite celebrities in the whole wide world. Okay, this is coming out in Hollywood this morning. John Travolta is being sued for being a little handsy, to say the least, with an unidentified male masseur. Now, the masseur claims that John Travolta tried to initiate a little hanky-panky during a private massage at the Beverly Hills Hotel back in January. Court papers filed last week described the incident in disturbing detail, and I'm telling you, Kristen, it is disturbing and it makes me sad.
Oh no. Travolta's representatives, though, they deny the $2 million suit, calling it a baseless lie. They also say Travolta was not in California on that date in question. Travolta promises a counter-suit, he says, once he is proven innocent.
Gosh, you know, I hope that he is innocent because I love this guy. He has such a wonderful reputation for being a kind man, a really good person, and obviously we all know he's a great actor and has had an amazing career thus far. And I hate to see scandals ruin people's career like that. I hope people don't believe it. Again, innocent until proven guilty. So I hope, because you guys, it's a disturbing story, and you can check that out on TMZ, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll find out more.
Yeah.
Well, there's rain in the forecast, so it might be a good evening, I think, tonight to curl up on the couch with a good movie. 6 films hit the shelves today.
Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has what's new in entertainment.
Vampires and lichens are now the hunted.
Kate Beckinsale leads the way on this week's new DVD releases with the 4th installment of her sci-fi franchise, Underworld Awakening.
Everything they've told you is a lie.
For those who want to sink their teeth into the entire vampire versus lichen saga, there's also a 4-flick legacy collection available. In the romance aisle, Rachel McAdams and Channing Tatum hope you'll take The Vow home with you.
She doesn't remember me.
Her memory is going to improve with time.
Inspired by a true story, the film follows a woman who awakens from a coma after a car accident with no memory of her husband, forcing him to make her fall in love with him all over again.
God, all those cancer faces.
From the small screen, Golden Globe winner Laura Linney brings The Big C, the complete 2nd season of her Showtime series about a housewife diagnosed with cancer, determined to fight back and live life to its fullest.
Well, he doesn't want to be around me because he's afraid I'm going to die in front of him?
Extras include deleted scenes and a gag reel.
What may I do for you?
Could you tell us when our fantasy is going to begin?
Then escape with the sophomore season of Fantasy Island as a 6 DVD set with all 25 original episodes of the complete 2nd season joins in the mix. 4 years after their last album, pop rock band Keane take audiences to Strangeland on CD and live in concert as they also embark on a U.S. tour.
So there's never trace of red.
And metal rocker Dee Snider, inspired by his run in Broadway's Rock of Ages, releases Dee Does Broadway, covering Great White Way classics along with guest stars from Cyndi Lauper to Clay Aiken. In New York, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
That was kind of unexpected.
Yeah. And Bryan Cranston's in that.
Yeah, he is?
Rock of Ages?
Oh, he's in Rock of Ages too. That's right. I forgot.
He plays, I think, the mayor, I believe.
Oh, we'll have to talk about that tomorrow because you know I'm dying to see that movie. And by the way, this is really dating myself, but Fantasy Island, that show was, I used to fight my mother as a little girl to stay up late on Saturday nights to watch it after Love Boat. I was so little, I had no idea what was going on. She would say that show was really not for kids, and I didn't understand it anyway. I just thought the fact that I couldn't watch it meant I had to watch it.
Right.
So now I think I want to go back and get those DVDs and see what I was missing.
You should. I bet you'll realize why you weren't allowed to watch it as a kid.
The plane. Anyway, as I said, it's a good night to stay home, a good night to watch some results shows on TV, and a good night to watch Glee.
Everything's kind of starting to wrap up now, you know, as we get closer to summer.
Yeah, and really, is it going to be chilly tonight?
It'll be cool tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a cool day today. You know, we're only going to top out like in the mid-60s this afternoon, which is a far cry from where we have been and below average, low 50s right now. Winds sustained out of the east at 17, gusting to 25 miles an hour. So the winds are slowing down, still pretty breezy, and it's going to stay breezy to windy through the day with partly to mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures in the low 60s for your lunch hour, topping out in the mid-60s with a chance for a stray thunderstorm.